Sunlight, an inexhaustible energy source from nature, not only provides light and life to all living things, but also plays a crucial role in human health, especially for the skeletal system. Over millions of years of evolution, humans have developed a close connection with sunlight, and our bodies seem to be programmed to utilize this light source for the synthesis of vitamin D, a key factor that helps keep the skeleton strong, flexible, and resistant to bone-related diseases. When the gentle morning sunlight warms the skin, it is not just a pleasant sensation, but also the moment when the body silently carries out a series of miraculous chemical reactions. Ultraviolet B, UVB, rays in sunlight, upon touching the skin's surface, activate the conversion of a type of cholesterol present in the skin into vitamin D3. From there, vitamin D3 is transported to the liver, metabolized into calcidiol, and then continues to the kidneys to be transformed into the active form called calcitriol, a compound extremely important for absorbing calcium and phosphorus from food, while also maintaining the balance of these minerals in the blood. Thanks to vitamin D, our body can maximize the use of calcium from meals, absorb it into the blood, and transport it to bone tissues. Without enough vitamin D, no matter how much calcium you supplement, the body cannot fully absorb it, leading to weak bones that are easily softened, deformed, or fractured, even with minor impacts. Children lacking vitamin D are at risk of rickets, causing uneven bone development, bowed limbs, and stunted growth. Adults and the elderly, when deficient in vitamin D, face the risk of osteoporosis, decreased bone density, and an increased risk of fractures, especially in postmenopausal women. Not only that, vitamin D also plays a key role in maintaining muscle strength. Recent studies have shown that the muscles of the elderly, if provided with enough vitamin D, will function more flexibly and reduce the risk of falls, the leading cause of fractures in this age group. Thus, sunlight not only helps strengthen bones, but also indirectly protects the body from injuries caused by everyday accidents. The effects of sunlight are clearly evident throughout different stages of life. For children and adolescents, the process of height growth and bone structure development is most intense. If exposed to sunlight appropriately, children will naturally synthesize enough vitamin D, preventing the risk of rickets and supporting maximum growth, helping bones develop strong and flexible. In adults, maintaining a daily habit of sun exposure helps preserve bone density, reduce the risk of calcium deficiency, and limit bone and joint problems. Especially for the elderly, an age group whose ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight decreases and who have less outdoor activity. Actively exposing themselves to sunlight properly is even more important to prevent osteoporosis, bone fractures, and to help maintain mobility and independent movement. However, to maximize the benefits of sunlight without harming the skin and health, sun exposure needs to be done properly. The ideal time is early in the morning, before 9 a.m., or late in the afternoon after 4 p.m., when the intensity of UVB rays is sufficient for vitamin D synthesis, but not strong enough to damage the skin. Each time, only 10 to 20 minutes of sun exposure is needed, 3 to 5 times a week, allowing direct sunlight on areas such as the face, hands, legs, or back without complete coverage. Avoid excessive sun exposure at noon or prolonged periods, as UV rays are very strong at this time, easily causing sunburn, skin burns, and increasing the risk of skin cancer. Also, note that sun exposure through glass has no effect at all, because UVB rays cannot penetrate glass, so even if you sit by the window all day, you will not synthesize vitamin D. Another common mistake is applying sunscreen immediately upon going outside. Although sunscreen helps protect the skin from the harmful effects of UV rays, it also prevents the synthesis of vitamin D. Therefore, let your skin be exposed to sunlight for about 10 minutes before applying sunscreen if you plan to stay outdoors for a longer time. Nutrition also plays a significant supporting role in bone health. Besides sunlight, you should supplement foods rich in vitamin D such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolks, milk and dairy products, mushrooms, or vitamin D fortified cereals. Calcium, the main component that helps build bones, should also be adequately supplemented through daily meals with foods like milk, cheese, yogurt, soybeans, and dark green vegetables. The combination of reasonable sun exposure and balanced nutrition will bring optimal effectiveness in protecting and enhancing bone health. However, not everyone can safely sunbathe. People with sensitive skin, those prone to sun allergies, individuals with dermatological conditions such as lupus erythematosus, atopic dermatitis, or those taking medications that increase light sensitivity need to be especially cautious. For these groups, it is advisable to consult a doctor to choose a more suitable method of vitamin D supplementation, such as using supplements or prioritizing foods rich in vitamin D. Additionally, people with a family history of skin cancer or very fair skin should also minimize direct exposure to sunlight as much as possible. Not only playing a role for the bones, sunlight also brings many other benefits for overall health. When exposed to a moderate amount of sunlight, the body produces serotonin, a hormone that helps improve mood, reduce stress, regulate the biological rhythm, thereby contributing to better sleep quality. Some studies also indicate that vitamin D supports the immune system, helping reduce the risk of infections and flu, while also potentially aiding in weight control by regulating the biological rhythm and reducing appetite. Looking back at the development journey of humankind, sunlight truly is an indispensable companion for bone and joint health, as well as the entire body. Just 10 to 20 minutes a day of sunbathing, combined with a diet rich in calcium and vitamin D, you can proactively protect your skeletal system from diseases while enjoying the wonderful benefits that nature offers. This is a solid foundation for maintaining flexibility, vitality, improving quality of life, and increasing longevity. So, don't let the rush of life or worries about the harmful effects of sunlight make you forget the great benefits it brings to bone health. Build a habit for yourself and your family of reasonable sun exposure every morning, especially for young children and the elderly. Combined with light physical activities such as walking, cycling, and exercising outdoors, you will feel positive changes not only in your bones, but also in your spirit and overall health. Finally, remember that all benefits are only effective when done correctly and in moderation. Sunbathing at the right time and in the right amount, eating a balanced diet, and exercising properly will provide the golden key to strong bones as well as a body full of vitality. This is also the way for you to make the most of the best and strongest gifts that nature has generously given to humans.